Fussy. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone are good. Did you find some changes in the studio? Do mention in the comments and do give your valuable suggestion to what further changes can I get. And in case if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the like button, share my video, subscribe it, and do hit the bell notification for the latest videos. So without further wasting any time, let's have a brief unboxing and a first impression for the Poco F4. This is one of the latest device from Poco. It's powered by the Snapdragon 870 processor. So let's start with the unboxing. Let's begin. So this is the box of the Poco F4. The version which I have, it's a nebula green color with a 8GB 128. You do have a 6GB variant and a 8GB 256 variant also available. As going by the specs, you can see it's a Snapdragon 870 with a 120Hz Full HD plus E4 AMOLED display with a Corona Glass 5, 67 turbocharging and a 64 AI triple camera. So let's open the box. First we have the SIM ejector pin and a silicone case. So we pull out the phone, put it aside. Let's check the contents inside. We have a thick brick which is a 67 watt charging. You have a 3.5mm connector, which is a nice addition. And you have to have the type A to type C cable. So let's keep this aside. So let's unwrap the phone. As you can see, this is a nebula green color, and you have a triple camera setup with a 64 megapixel OIS mentioned. On the front end side, you have a 6.67 inch AMOLED display screen. It's a E4 type display, and it's a 120Hz refresh rate, and you do have the punch hole camera for the selfie. On the right hand side, you have the volume rocker key and the power button. On the left hand side, it is plain and simple. On the top, you have a stereo speaker, a secondary noise cancellation, and an infrared port. On the lower part, you have the SIM tray and a stereo speaker with a type C USB. There is no 3.5mm jack, but an adapter has been provided in the box. So if you open the SIM tray, it's a dual SIM setup, so there is no possibility to expand the storage. There is a gasket provided in the device, as you know that this is an IP53 dust and water and splash resistant. So let's boot up the device. By the time I boot up the device, you can just have overview configuration of the phone. Now we have set up the device. As you can see, it's powered by the Snapdragon 870 built on 7nm. It's a 5G processor. The version out of the box, it's 12.0. When it comes to the internal storage, you can see that out of the 128GB, 104 is available, and I did notice that there is an MUI 13 update is there. So let's update the phone and then I will review it further. When it comes to the display, the device, it is a 6.67 inch AMOLED display. It's a 120Hz refresh rate It's a E4 type display with the Dolby Vision support. The viewing angle of the device is good. Even in sunlight legibility, I had no issues using the device, and the peak brightness was maxed at 1300 nits. The device is powered by the Snapdragon 875G processor. It's a 7 nanometer based processor. This processor, though it was launched last year, it's a quite efficient and powerful processor. There are various RAM options available. The device which I'm using, it's a 8GB 128. It's a LPDDR5X RAM coupled with the UFS 3.1 storage. So you can expect good performance due to the latest versions of the LPDDR RAM and the UFS storage used. There are various options. You have the 6GB 128, you have the 8 128 and the 8 256 available. In the Antutu benchmark score, I got a score of 674, 548 score. Whereas the Geek benchmark score, the multi score was 3254 and a single core of 982. The device do support Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, NFC and infrared, and all the necessary sensors are available on the device. When it comes to the call quality, the network reception was good with no call drops, and the other party also had no issues hearing me on the other side. Display quality, the device supports HDR plus with Dolby Vision, and the viewing angles was good. The AMOLED display has deep black colors, and I had no issues using the device even in direct sunlight, and the device did support up to 4K resolution on YouTube as shown in the settings, and it do has Wild 1 L1 support to enjoy full HD resolution videos on Netflix and Amazon Prime to enjoy your movie contents. When it comes to loudspeaker, the device has stereo speakers, and unlike most devices using the earpiece as the second speaker, this device has a standalone speaker, and the sound is also loud with a 60:40 split. The screen do support a 120Hz refresh rate resolution, and this can be adjusted whether you want it to keep on the default mode or custom mode. In default mode, the device will adapt itself depending on your requirement, whereas in the custom mode you can set it between a 60Hz or a 120Hz refresh rate. And as you can see, the scrolling is smooth, though on Twitter the app, it's an app issue or not, I'm not sure, but it did perform smoothly on the Facebook app. When it comes to the CPU throttling test, I did notice that the CPU performed exceptionally good without any drop in performance. When it comes to the gaming performance, the device performed exceptionally good with no heating issues or such, but after 15-20 minutes the phone did get a little warm, but nothing to be worried about, and there was no frame drops or anything. The gameplay was smooth, and you can, going by the settings, you can play the settings up to Ultra HD with the extreme settings. It's supported by the. When it comes to the main camera, the device supports 64 megapixel resolution with OIS support, the secondary being an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and the third camera is a 2 megapixel macro. It does not have a standalone depth camera, and this is done by software optimization. It do support 4K video recording. The selfie camera is a 20 megapixel selfie camera, and it supports only resolution up to 1080p for your selfie videos. When it comes to the camera interference, it is a typical MIUI camera interference. It do have several options like the short video, vlog, movie effects. It has a dual video standby alone 64 megapixel and various other options. You have the portrait mode and the pro mode. I did click some snaps, and as you can see, going by the images, the image quality, it's of good quality, and even in the daylight the images came out really good. But in the night time the images were of good quality with decent amount of details, but you have to keep a steady hand, otherwise it may turn out to be a blurred pictures. When it comes to the battery, the device, it's a 4500 milliamp battery, and the charging brick provided by it's a 67 watt fast charging. So, and as claimed by Poco, it charges from 0 to 100 in 38 minutes. I got an impressive screen time of 7 hours 37 minutes. Going by the battery performance, the device will easily last for a single day for a moderate user, and if you are a light user, you can expect a 1.5 day battery. And the good thing is it's a 67 watt charge supported, so the device will charge 0 to 100 in approximately 38 minutes as claimed by Poco. So here we come to the end of the video, my final verdict on the device. If you go by the price comparison, it's a well priced device for around starting price of 27,000 Indian rupees. The device, it performed good. It has a very capable processor. It's a Snapdragon 870, which is built on a 7 nanometer, though it's a last year release processor. It's well optimized, and heating issues, I did face a slight heating issues during the gaming process and while running the Antutu benchmark, but not much of a concern. And coupled with the LPDDR5 RAM and a UFS 3.1 storage, the apps open quickly with no lags or anything with the device. When it comes to the camera department, it's a decent all-rounder shooter, even though at night the details were good, but you have to keep the phone steady so as to get a good pics during the night time. The third thing, one of the drawbacks which I felt was the fingerprint scanner, which it had an inbuilt fingerprint scanner compared to the side mounted fingerprint scanner which is provided in the device. Though not, it's a small niggle, but if you can adjust with the in-display fingerprint, I mean without the in-display fingerprint scanner, that would be okay. So it's a all-round, if you see, it's a decent package. For our Indian viewers, you do have the iQOO Neo 6 as an alternative, which is also a very good device, though I haven't tested, but it's based on the same processor. For our Gulf region, now currently Mi12 Lite has been launched, which I'll be reviewing soon. So if you compare both these prices, it's a similar price. But when it comes to the processor, the Mi12 Lite is based on Snapdragon 778 processor, whereas this one is powered by the 870. So in terms of performance, I would say this device is slightly better. It will be, even before I test the device, I can give you my verdict. Another boom for our Indian users is they are providing 2 years warranty for the Poco phones, whereas our Gulf viewers are only getting the standard 1 year warranty. So overall, it's a decent package, and do like my video and subscribe to my channel, and do comment if you have any question, and I will do answer to your queries. Thank you for watching my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Allah Hafiz.